Pretty easy choice for your IFS.AI Player of the Week because the POW is the MVP, Fernando Mendoza, most valuable player of the 2025 Big Ten Championship game and the future winner of the 2025 Heisman Trophy as well. Here's the IU quarterback post-victory with Fox Sports' Jenny Taft.
Fernando, congratulations. Indiana, the Big Ten champs. How does that sound?
It sounds so beautiful. I want to give all the glory to God. We were never supposed to be in this position, but by the glory of God, the great coaches, great teammates, everyone we have around us, we were able to pull this off. Whoever thought the Hoosiers would be here, but now the Hoosiers are flipping champs. Let's go!
You guys call yourself a bunch of misfits who found the right home at Indiana. Why was this the right place for this group?
It's the right place for process-oriented. We're going day by day. Whether it's the offensive line, the defense, the coaches, special teams, we're all process-oriented to one goal. That's our thing, is we're brothers. We can drag teams into the deep end because we know that we're going to stick together and we're the strongest glue ever.
Tell me about finding Charlie Becker, third down, 2 minutes to go. We talk about Heisman moments, but take me through that one.
Man, what an incredible, Charlie's been, but he's been every single day in summer. We were always throwing before practice, before at 7 a.m. on Sundays, doing spots, doing routes, and now you see it to come to fruition. He's my roommate, couldn't be happy for such a young man as well as our defense playing lights out. And well, everybody just, what an incredible moment.
Congratulations, enjoy it.
Thank you so much, God bless, go Hoosiers.
I interviewed Fernando Mendoza earlier this week. I told him, man, I'm glad you got a long-time NFL career because if you didn't, the seat that I'm sitting in right now would be occupied by you in a heartbeat. How about the job that Curt Cignetti has done? Obviously, Mendoza helping him get there. Yep. Most wins by a Big Ten head coach in their first 2 seasons. Cignetti is tied with Urban Meyer, who did some pretty good things during his run at Ohio State, and 2 ahead of the legendary Fielding Yost. And oh, by the way, Sig still has at least one and hopefully more than one game left to play. We have one final trip to take back to Indianapolis as we check in one final time with our Lucas Oil Stadium-based crew.
Wrapping things up from Lucas Oil Stadium, where the Indiana Hoosiers are the Big Ten champions for the 2025 season. Dave Revson, Jerry DiNardo, and Jake Butt. Guys, we'll talk about Indiana and the path going forward into the playoff in a moment, but let's focus here on the team that came into tonight as the #1 team in the nation. They are the defending national champs, and they will get a chance to defend that national championship here heading into the CFP. We'll find out where they are seated on Sunday. For Ryan Day, it's kind of familiar territory, right? I mean, last year, they didn't even get to play in this game. They were licking their wounds after losing to Michigan. Right. A lot of soul-searching, and they ended up going on a historic run. What now? How do they circle the wagons and get themselves headed back in the right direction?
You know, I said before the game that I thought that Ohio State was better to have played Michigan before this game than Indiana was to play Purdue. I guess I may have underestimated the emotional drain of the Michigan win. I think it was a great win physically because they really had to play well. So I think this team's a tired team, maybe a tired mental team. The problems are obvious. They've been there all year. The X's and O's. It's short yardage goal line in the red zone. I mean, it was on display for everyone to watch it tonight.
I agree that those are problems that they have to address. I'm going to disagree. I didn't think they were tired, though, Ohio State. I think they were caught off guard by how easily Indiana was able to pressure Julian Sayin. He can't experience that, not in practice, and has never experienced it all throughout the season. So for Ohio State, there's a great opportunity to adjust. Some of these close game situations is a great opportunity to adjust. We saw Ryan Day do that last postseason, and they went on the run. But to me, there's no panic. But this loss stings for Ohio State. But you just lost to a darn good football team in a big-time battle. And what's going to sting for Ohio State, they had opportunities. That quarterback sneak, Julian Sayin, they get the first down, but his knee went down. You miss a field goal. So these are very correctable things, and if they did, all of a sudden we're having a different conversation.
No doubt. We may very well have seen the 2 best teams in the country play.
I believe so.
Here today. I think you could make that argument, and if that's the case, then Ohio State might still have a chance to defend that national title. What about for Curt Cignetti? You have this incredible emotional high now. You're going to have a lot of time off. Both these teams will likely get a bye and won't play until around New Year's. So, Jerry, how does he refocus this team and keep them sharp heading into the playoff?
Well, he told us when he was with us on the desk that he has to keep them humble, but not necessarily sharp. He's going to have such a long period of time. I think he's just going to let this thing go, let everybody heal up, and not really do anything from a psychological standpoint. Just let them enjoy it. They'll have plenty of time to get ready for the next game. Plus, they don't know who it is, so it's hard to get ready for a team that you don't know what they're doing schematically.
Well, once they get back in town safe and sound, I think they need to figure out like a restaurant or an event center to watch the Heisman ceremony for Mendoza. That might be the first order of business. But I think for Indiana, this team was beat up down the stretch of the season, and they got healthy in the Purdue game, and they got a little bit. That time off is really valuable to get those key players. A lot of key starters have been beat up throughout the season. Time off can be good or bad, really. It depends on the coaching staff. And what we've seen with Indiana's staff, this is an intelligent football staff that will only benefit from additional time off to self-scout, to then scout their opponent once they know who it's going to be. Indiana will take advantage of that time.
Both these teams will head to the college football playoff. They will try to win a national championship. It will be the third straight for the Big Ten, something that hasn't happened since the early 1940s. It was a night of things that haven't happened in a long time, and it ends with us saying the Indiana Hoosiers are your Big Ten football champions. Rick?